Hey guys, happy Whiskey Wednesday here for another whiskey review. We're in January now and it is a crazy time of year. So before we get to the review, I want to talk about a few things that are coming up. On Wednesday the 15th, Blue Collar Scholar is going to be at Cascadia Liquor Store in Courtenay to do a Whiskey 101. And we're going to talk about a bunch of awesome whiskeys from all around the world. And that's going to be from 6 till 7. So you can contact Cascadia Liquor Store to get your ticket. All the proceeds are going to be going to the charity of the month, which is the animal shelter, local animal shelter. And then on the Thursday, we're going to be down at the Cascadia Liquor Store in New Bay for the same thing. So if you're closer to Nanaimo or Mid-Island and don't want to make your trip up to Courtenay, we'll be there on Thursday as well. And then right after that, we're heading down to Victoria for the Victoria Whisky Festival 2020. This is a spectacular event. I went last year. It's sort of like the mecca for whiskey geeks in North America, really, or at least in Canada. Really looking forward to it. Stay tuned for lots of posts and updates about all the masters class that we go to, including the grand tasting on Saturday night and whatnot. Talking about the Victoria Whisky Festival, that's what our whiskey review is today as well. So today we're going to be reviewing the Old Perth blended Scotch whiskey, but this is an exclusive release for the 2020 Victoria Whisky Festival. There was only a certain limited number of bottles that were available for pre-purchase. We got our hands on one and decided to give it a go. They will, however, be available at the Whiskey Festival next weekend. There's only about 90 left or so, and so I think they'll start selling them on the Thursday night, or on the Thursday, and they're going to be $149.90 taxes in. The special thing of note with this whiskey is the first time I tried this whiskey was at a whiskey tasting back before Christmas, and we had been sampling cask strength Scotch Malt Whisky Society bottles all night, and then Adam Bradshaw from the Strath Liquor Store down in Victoria was gracious enough to open one of these bottles for us, and so we dove right in and we decided to revisit it and do a review, and I'm glad we did, because we came across some other great flavors in here and some like massive complexity, especially on the nose of this whiskey. And so here we go, we'll talk about it. So right off the bat on the nose, you get like a heavy pine tree sap, but it's not like the runny pine tree sap. It's more about like the pitch, the dried pitch. And when you're handling pine, sometimes you get that on your hands. As a Highland Games athlete, we have the substance that we make out of rock rosin and turpentine called tacky, and it helps with your grip so that the implement doesn't slip out of your hands. And so I get that sort of pine tree pitch sap sort of smell on the nose right away. Real crisp nose, crisp Granny Smith apple, bit of mint in there. Then I also get some spiced apple cider kind of notes. And then like a orange peel zest. So you take the orange peel and you give it a squeeze and you get that sort of mist of orange peel zest. Huge complex nose. So many different things going on in there. And then also get, like when you're a kid and you're outside playing in the summertime and you pick the dandelions, and if you break the stem, you get that sort of white milky substance, which I just learned recently that it's actually latex. I kind of get that on the nose as well, because it has a certain smell to it when you get it on your fingers. Really interesting nose. Palate, I'm getting like right off the bat like a honey sweetness, and then followed by like anise, like that sort of light licorice herbal flavor. And then notes of like, at first I wanted to say just apple and pear, but it's more than that. It's like a whole basket full of orchard fruit and baking spices, and then kind of a fleeting note of like a barrel aged gin. It's really interesting. The finish is really peppery, a bit of baking spices and dough, cookie dough, but it's very drying and lingers, and it's like a lingering heat from the pepper. Incredibly complex dram, something that people at the festival will really be able to geek out on and appreciate. I'm going to give it a rating of 8.2 out of 10. And I hope to see you there next weekend. And I hope you get a chance to grab yourself a bottle of this. Cheers.